All right, what is up? What is up? What is up? What is up, family? I want to first and foremost thank each and every single one of you for listening to this audio. Right, you guys could have been doing anything or watching this video, however you guys are consuming this. Um, but just want to give out a whole bunch of gratitude for everyone that's supporting me on this journey, and helping me create this group, this idea that I've had in my head for a very, very long time. And each and every single one of you that shares this or listens or supports this in any way, you're doing me a great, 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 great favor, and I really, really appreciate that a lot. Right. So I want to start off this afternoon's call with a little bit of gratitude. Right. um you guys don't have to you know tell me what it is, but you should always start off your day with gratitude. Right. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for being in this business. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my parents. I'm grateful for my friends and the people around me who support me. I'm grateful for each and every single one of you that's on this call, or on this video, on this audio, listening to this. I'm grateful for um, I'm grateful for the industry of personal development. I'm grateful for Bob. I'm grateful for all the wonderful leaders and mentors that I've had along the way, and the leaders and mentors that are yet to come. Right. And I'm grateful for all the success I've had in the past and all the failures I've had in the past. Because right, there's no such thing as losses, there are only lessons. And they're helping me shape, they're shaping me to become the person I am today. um, and those are just some of the things that I'm really, really grateful for today. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to speak like this, to do things like this, and just all in all, just full of gratitude, full of happiness, full of emotion today. And I appreciate every single one of you that's along with me on this journey. Right. So today, guys, I've touched on this topic a little bit before. If you guys have been following me for a while, I did a Zoom call on this not too long ago. Maybe, well, I guess time is a perception. I think it was about 2 months ago that I did a Zoom call on this when I was really, really, really studying this information with Bob, and it was about your self-image, right? We talk about the theme of this show, this podcast, whatever you want to call it, is about believing, right? Um, and belief starts with your thoughts, your feelings, and those turn into your actions, which then turn into your results. So I want to share with you guys quickly, very, very quickly, a little image that Bob shares with us, right? And it's the stick figure image, right, that you're going to see time and time and time again on this little podcast. You see right here, everything starts in your conscious mind, right? Your thoughts start in your conscious mind, right? You have to think about your thoughts, for them to be thoughts. um so whatever you think about, right, is in your conscious mind, right? But what really controls your actions and your body is your feelings, and all the thoughts that are in your subconscious mind, right? So your feelings are what actually control your body, which then forces you into that action, and that creates the results. So what most people try to do, Bob says, is most people try to change the results without changing their thoughts and their feelings, right? So they may get off course a little bit, right? So if for example, I'm gonna pull out the whiteboard here a little bit. So for those of you that are watching that are listening to this, I would really recommend you also, once you get the chance, to go ahead and watch the video as well. Um, but basically, right, if somebody is vibrating at this frequency, right, and let's say this frequency right here is 25K a year, right? 25K a year, right? And then to pull the stick figure image back out, right? Um, it's your body, actions, results. So, you know, if most people don't focus on the mind, right? They just focus on their body and the actions and try to change the actions, which may change the results a little bit. But if you don't change what's up here, you're not going to have lasting results, right? Because we can go from 25,000 to maybe 30,000 without much effort, right? But if you want to get to 50,000 or above, right? There's a big gap in here, right? And not, it's not just the actions that you're going to take that's going to change you from 25,000 to 50,000. It's going to be the way you're thinking and which then in turn leads into the way you're feeling, which then in turn leads into your body acting the way you're feeling, which then changes your results, right? So what I really want to talk about, right, with, on the aspect of on the believing side of this, is you need to, like I said yesterday, you need to create that vision, right? Create that vision of what it is that you want, right? Because most people, they try to fit what they're currently doing and put, change and manipulate that into something that they want, instead of creating something they want and then and then letting things from that kind of change their life, if that makes a little bit of sense. I know I'm a little bit here and there with that, because like I said, I'm still learning this information, and this is going to be a journey. It's going to be a process. But I highly, highly, highly recommend that you guys listen to a lot of Bob Proctor stuff on YouTube. I'll definitely throw some of the video links that I've been listening to. I'm also part of his coaching program, so a lot of that stuff, I can't share with you. But if that's something you want to get involved in, I have no affiliation with Bob, and in that sense, just go ahead and reach out to him and his people, and they'll put you in a position, or even guide you to let you know, or if that coaching program is even something you should do. Um, but like I said, I don't make any money off of that, but it's just the knowledge and understanding that I'm gaining from it that has helped me a lot, a lot, a lot, just with reprogramming my mind, right? Because we all come, I don't know about everyone who's listening to this, but I come from, I don't come from a lot of money. So it's about getting myself around people who have money, and the other faculties of success that I want in my life, and making them, getting around those people to get, in that environment, to change the way I think, which will in turn change the way I feel, which will in turn change the way I act, which will in turn change my results, right? So it all starts with your thinking and your belief, right? And that's why I want to, make make so much of an effort to, the push the effort of belief, and talk to people about belief, because most people don't believe that $100,000 a month is possible, right? Most people haven't even heard of numbers like that. Now, I personally don't make anywhere near that yet, but the norm when we were growing up, at least for me, right, was 100,000 a year is great. 100,000 a year is great. 200,000 a year, 300,000 a year, 400,000 a year is great income, right? Is great income. Now, don't get me wrong, it is good income, right? You could live comfortably, but there's really levels to this stuff. Like, I saw something the other day on Instagram, I believe, since like the beginning of the year, like, Elon Musk has made like $16 million every single hour or something like that. Don't quote me on those exact numbers, but it was something ridiculous. It was millions of dollars an hour, millions of dollars an hour, just because of the way his company has been running, right? If you guys don't know, Elon Musk, owner and CEO of Tesla. So It's absolutely, absolutely, absolutely insane, insane, right? Of what can possibly be achieved when you think and believe a certain way, right? If you think and believe, and then, like I said, it's going to take a while for those thoughts to turn into your feelings, and then it's going to take a while for those feelings to, manifest into your body, which is going to cause you to act this different way, which is then going to cause you, to change your results, right? Give yourself a year or 2 years after learning this information, and I promise you, you'll be in a completely different place. And it all starts with, your affirmations, because why affirmations are so important, right? A lot of people will be like, yeah, man, I've been doing affirmations for this long, I've been doing this for this long, I've been doing that for that long, but it hasn't really changed anything, right? I don't feel different. Or, some people may feel different, but, they stop, right? When you start feeling a little good, you stop. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I have been doing affirmations and stuff on and off for a very long time, and I had just gotten consistent just a little while ago. For I think I did affirmations for like affirmations and gratitude, um, in the morning when I woke up and when I went to sleep, almost consistently for a week. But the past 2 days I've been slacking. The past 2 days I slacked off, and I haven't really done it, because, to be honest with you, some of the things that I wanted manifested, right? And then you start to think, oh, okay, you start to get into that comfort zone again. But that's why it's so important to have your vision, because, all right, now that one of my goals, or one of my ideas, one of the things that I wanted to happen has happened, I need to go ahead and make the next thing happen, right? Because it's just a list, right? You're just going to keep growing and growing and growing, or you're going to start taking step backwards, right? So in order for you to go to the next level, you got to already have the next, successful people have the next target plan before the one that they're on is already, even gets hit, right? So if, you plan to make $1 million, right? And, along the path of $1 million, if your first target is 10,000, right? And you just start, you get to 10,000, you start celebrating 10,000, right? But you don't set the next target, and you're not focused on the next goal already, you're going to start going backwards, right? Personally, that has happened to me before, right? My first target along my journey was, having a $5,000 trading account, right? And when I got to five, it was great, right? I got to five, it was great. I hit seven very, very quickly after. Um, but I wasn't focused after I hit seven. I thought, I understand this thing. I'm already killing it, right? There's no reason, all the stuff that I did to get to five or get to seven, I could just throw that out the window. I don't need to use risk management. I don't need to use this. I don't need to use that. Um, and it's not necessary. It's not necessary at all, right? And you start thinking like that, and then what happens, right? You go all the way backwards, because when you're not growing, you're dying, right? There's no such thing as stagnancy, right? There is no such thing as stagnancy, right? The growth may be so little that you can't see it, or the deterioration may be so little at that point where you can't see it. But if you're not moving, you're dying, right? If you're not growing, you're dying, right? And that's something that Bob has taught me. And like I said, the more I speak about this stuff, the more I do this stuff, I really, really start to realize, how it applies in my life. So, if you really, sometimes you're not understanding some of the information I'm talking about, you're not understanding some of the information that you're reading or listening to, it's gonna help to say it out loud, or try to even just record yourself. And you don't gotta post it anywhere or anything like that, but just have a conversation with yourself out loud, right? Now, most people be like, you're crazy having a conversation out, with yourself out loud. But at the end of the day, what am I doing right now, right? I don't see, who's on the other, on the other side of this video, or, the other side of this recording. But, I just speak my heart out, and, eventually, some people hopefully will get impacted from it in a positive way. Um, so really today's message was, understand your thoughts, right? Create those affirmations for whatever it is that you want, whether you want to make more money, whether you want to have more friends, whether you want to have better friends, or whether you want better for your friends, or you want better for yourself and your family, right? In some regard, whether that's monetary, that's emotional, that's mental, that's physical, however, however you want, success to express itself in your life, create affirmations for that and start to speak them and hear them and see them and write them down every single day, right? Like I said, I'm not perfect, right? I had been doing it for a week, and some of those things that I wanted already manifested. um and I kind of put the gas pedal down, but now I got to get back to it, right? And set the next goal and the next goal and the next goal and the next goal until my vision is complete. And then when I get, like Bob says, go as far as as far as you think you can go, and then you'll figure out how to get to the next level past that, right? Because life is, so far, what I've learned, personally, I'm only 20 years old. I can't give you a huge outlook on life, but so far what I've learned, the whole thing is a process, the whole thing is a journey, right? And you're gonna have your ups, you're gonna have your downs. um but the goal is to have more ups than downs, right? And bigger ups, and smaller downs as much as possible, right? And along the path, right, if you can maintain a positive mental attitude, a PMA, a positive mental attitude, it's going to put you in a situation to where, the negative stuff isn't even going to phase you, right? You're going to expect some of it, right? And I used to think it's bad to expect negative stuff to happen because it's, then it's gonna happen even if it wasn't gonna happen. But at a point when you become experienced, you start to understand, okay, if I do this thing this way, then some negative stuff's gonna happen, right? I've been winning for so long, maybe something negative could happen. Let me protect myself, but still keep going, right? Or let me protect myself, but keep still going, um, and keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, and eventually, if that bad thing happens, you're so success oriented and you have such a positive mental attitude that those negative things are like, all right, whatever, all right, cool, no worries. I knew something, whether it's gonna be big or small, was gonna, bad was gonna happen. I'm gonna just brush it off and just keep look at the next thing and focus on what I can control, right? Because that's another thing, right? Focusing on what you can control, right? We can only control the way we think and the way we feel and our actions. The way we think, the way we feel, and our actions, right? And most people, they give up, their own power of thinking, and they listen to somebody else, right? They let other people control their feelings, right? Whether it's in a positive way or in a negative way. Um, and then in turn, once somebody else has control over your thoughts and your feelings, they automatically have control of your actions, right? If they can say something to create a positive or negative effect, right? Obviously positive effects, you're gonna want those to happen. But if they can create something to create a negative effect in your life, whether it's a negative thought or a negative feeling, right? Now they basically have control of your entire life, and you let them do that, right? You let them do that because, at a young age, we just let everything in, and we have no mental block for certain things, right? Now, when you have developed an awareness and you develop awareness through studying this stuff, you're going to be able to block out the negativity. Hey, this person is like always anxious. This person is always, always something wrong going on with them. I can't be around them no more. And they, that may be, your family or friends or someone, that you truly care about, but they're just in a bad mental state. And right now you're growing, and you can't have them holding you down. It doesn't mean you can't love them, right? You can love them from a distance. But and eventually, you can help them and teach them the same information and put them on the same information, and hopefully, it creates that positive impact in their life, if they have that desire to change, and that willingness to change. that will put them in a better position to win um, overall, right? So, like I said, the whole thing is about your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions, right? Your thoughts are what's gonna, your thoughts and your affirmations, what's gonna create that belief, which is that feeling, right? That belief, that unwavering belief that nothing, no one, no person, no nothing can stop you from going, where it is that you want to go or achieving what it is you want to achieve, right? And once you have that belief, once you have that excitement, right, there's a level of vibration that you reach, right? There's a level of vibration that you reach along with that gratitude, that puts you in the highest peak state, right? Tony Robbins talks about your peak state, that state where, everything is just going your way, just going your way, just going your way. And the longer you can stay in that state for extended periods of time, you're going to have some massive, massive, massive success, whether it's in your work life, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's, in your emotional life, whether it's in your physical life, and your health life, all, your social life, whatever it is that you want to change. It's about creating that peak state through repeated thoughts, thoughts and affirmations that will create that belief to put you to the next level. Right. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Hopefully you guys got something from this that you can piece together, take some notes on, and do some more research about, right? I'm not, like I said, I'm not the source for this information. I have not created any of this, right? What you want to do is you want to go on YouTube. You want to go on YouTube and you want to look up people like, you want to look up people like Bob Proctor. You want to look up people like Tony Robbins. You want to look up people like Les Brown. You want to look up people like anyone who's in this personal development game, right? A lot of them are really, really good at what they do, right? Bob is just one of the people that I resonate with a lot, um, because, he's somebody who, gets what he wants. When he wants something, he makes it happen. So there's a lot of stuff that you can go through on Bob's page, right? There's a lot of stuff that he'll recommend for you to read, right? One of the books that, I started reading, but then I actually ended up giving away before I finished, um, was Psycho Cybernetics, and that's a book that Bob told me to read, that you guys can also pick up if you want, and creating that self-image. I'll talk more about that, and your self-image and a little more stuff, as the weeks go along and the days go along. But yeah, man, this is a lot of good information. Hopefully you guys got something out of this, that you can use, something new. Hopefully you learned, if not new, hopefully, just being involved in this community is helping you in some way. But yeah, I really, really appreciate each and every single person that, is listening to this stuff and is sharing this stuff, with their friends and family, or people, on their teams or whatever. And I really, really appreciate that. I really, really do. And, tomorrow is going to be a great day. Today is going to be a great day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Hopefully, if you guys are, you start writing these affirmations, or you start talking about this belief, you start, thinking a different way, you guys can tag me on Instagram. Maybe with, let's start a journal together, right? I'll probably, I think I do need to get another journal. The one that I was using is almost full. I'll probably start a brand new journal today, right? And how I kind of formulate my journal entries is I start at the top with the 5 goals that I want to get at, 5 goals or 5 things that I really want to achieve today. Um, but maybe I'll save that for tomorrow's lesson. Maybe I'll save that for tomorrow's lesson, or tomorrow's video, or tomorrow's recording. Or I'll post something about creating your journal entries tomorrow. Or maybe I'll create like a little worksheet type journal entry that you guys could use, um, if you guys want some of that. All right. With that being said, I appreciate each and every single one of you. I know I said that a lot, but I truly, truly, truly do mean so. because without, somebody listening to this, you know, it's just me speaking into the universe, and that's helping me as much it is. But the more I can help other people, the more I can feel better about myself and create more of an impact, right? Create more belief, right? Your belief always starts within, from within, but once you start to see it in outward reality, it puts it to another level. That's why a lot of people will talk about going to events and going to, places around people where people are, just at an insane level of excitement, and they're just doing crazy, crazy things, because that raises your belief like nothing else, right? With that being said, guys, I don't want to keep this recording huge. So with that being said, I appreciate each and every single one of you. Go crush your goals. Go make 2020 the best year yet, and believe bigger, faster. Peace.